Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus, March the 18th through to the 24th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for being here. Absolutely. Let's just dive into the cards, shall we? So, what does cards have to say for your week ahead? Well, we start with the Death card. Okay, you're not the only ones to get this, but the Death card is really telling you to start celebrating life a little bit more, letting your inner child roam free. Okay, you don't need that cloak of protection anymore. It's time to get curious about life. There's no need for that sword right now. It's about having fun, it's about bringing joy into your life. It's about getting out there and communicating with people and socializing, and maybe even socializing with purpose. We have the Page of Pentacles following that, so it's about growing the dream bigger than life. It's about expanding the dream. It's about putting the expansion or the diversity into it. Oh my goodness. Just proving I'm not AI. No, we're not going to get a lot of information. We're not going to really be able to strategize this in right now. It's more of the ideas, the big ideas, and it'll funnel down into something very practical down the road. For now, it's about dreaming it a little bit bigger than life. And we have this Eight of Cups. This card represents you going forward on your path and leaving certain things behind, things that you love, things that you cherish, things that helped you grow, made you feel safe, gave you love. Okay? And we don't just leave those behind. A lot of those things stay, but they become they have new meaning for us in our life. Our perception changes, the paradigm changes. It's like the child, or the young adult I should say, that's leaving home for the first time. Now, on the one side, they're full of anticipation, full of joy, full of celebration. They're going to be able to set their own alarm clock. When they want to get up, they'll get up. When they want to go to bed, they'll go to bed. When they want to eat, they'll eat. Life is grand, but they also know that they are responsible for making sure that there's still food in the fridge and the lights still work, and all the responsibilities that we maybe didn't have when we lived with mom and dad. Okay, mom and dad was the one who woke us up to get us going, to remind us of all the important things we need to take care of. And it's not like we don't ever go home again, mom and dad stop being, but rather they change in how they influence our life going forward. And so that this is happening with us too. And we need this to happen because we can't keep everything with us. We have to keep walking forward. When we were young, we had our favorite toy, we had our favorite blanket. But over time, right, we let go of those things so that we can like new things, different things. Okay, let's look a little bit at work and career, shall we? The Magician. Okay, it's time for you to really sit down and think about what you truly want to do on a regular basis. And if you're doing that, then how can you expand that? How can you take it to the next level? Okay, so maybe you have your own money stream, you've created something on the side and you're doing that. How do you diversify that? How do you expand that? How do you take it to the next level? And what does that look like? Okay, because I think that's an even more important question that you have to ask yourself this week is, what does it really look like? How what's my stance look like? Am I just shuffling along, or am I walking quickly? Am I dancing? Am I singing? Am I smiling? What does my surroundings look like? What have I invented? What have I created? What have I made tangible and real in my life? And get excited about it. Now, the other part of this is as above so below. So when we send it up, we know it's going to come down, it's going to manifest. What are some of the things we need to do? Well, we need to show up, we need to say we're serious about this, we need to keep our focus on it so they can do their job, because they're going to go where our focus is. And if it's not on our dreams, if it's on somebody else's drama, guess where our focus is, and guess what's being developed, even though we want this more in our life. So watch where you are putting your attention, where you're putting your focus. The Nine of Cups, the Wish card. The Wish card has come out so much in between these readings and the dailies, and this is a time to really think about what you truly want to come in. I mean, this really is just a validation to the Magician. Except that we shouldn't limit ourselves maybe on just a wish, in work and career, but rather, maybe it's our stature as well that we're going to grow, our relationships within work, within career, and maybe our relationships at home, because they are the ones supporting us so that we can go out and be us. We can do what we want to do. If there's anything in these times that we have to really do, is to be ourself, our authentic self. Okay, we have the Six of Cups. I'm getting a sense where you need to go back to your childhood and what made you laugh and what made you smile and what brought you joy and what did you like playing with and doing. Because I think something like that is going to come in. It's going to open you up to becoming a child again, playing with those things again, growing your mind in a certain way. It's like some of those little things that you did way back when, and you were really having the time of your life. In some way, they can come into being again. Maybe not in the exact same way, but a form of it. So maybe you liked comic books when you were a kid. Now you're making the comic books kind of thing. Okay, let's go over here for a second. We have everything happens for a reason. Release regret. Embrace opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Yeah, we're searching for the silver lining. We're looking for the beauty. And I really kind of get this beauty. We want to talk about it, we want to grow it, we want to think it, we want to transform it into our reality going forward. So we can't do that if we have blocks up saying, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I should have done this, I should have said that, I didn't move this way when I should have. Everything happens for a reason in its own divine timing, and you maybe had to go that meandering path in order for you to learn just some little bit of wisdom that you couldn't have gotten in any other way. So know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking more uplifting approach. So, letting go of your attachment. Okay, so if you wanted a lot of money to come in, okay, you could sit there and you could say, I would like, say, okay, I want $1,000,000. How am I gonna? Or let's go reasonable. Let's go 10,000. Okay, well, we want $10,000. We need $10,000 to come into our life. Maybe the furnace just blew up on you, or maybe the new hot water tank, or the roof needs patching or repairing, or a reshingle, or maybe the car needs to be replaced, or maybe it needs a lot of work done to it. Maybe it's time to get that new outfit because you've lost all that weight in that last challenge you gave yourself. Whatever it might be, okay? We need $10,000, and we could say, I need $10,000 now. So now take that and say, okay, if I get that raise at work, I could actually accumulate that $10,000. How about a raise in work? I need $10,000. So, and I think if I got that raise at work, it'd really help out. Now you are limiting them. Okay, now you are closing the gate on so many opportunities. Okay, I said I need $10,000, and I got 5 or 6 checks all in a row, and they equal just about $10,000. So, because I didn't put any limitations on it. I let them bring it in however they needed to bring it in. I left it totally up to them. I didn't mastermind it. I said the thought, and then I saw the end result. Now, if something would have gravitated to me where, oh, I want to start building this, I want to create that, of course I would do that. And maybe that is the way, and they're nudging me in that direction. But I'm going to let them nudge me in that direction. I'm going to keep doing my job here, and they can do their job there. And more often than not, it intertwines perfectly. Time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So follow your gut, follow your intuition. Our intuition is extremely high this week, for especially the beginning of the week. But I don't think it lessens too much. So it is very strong intuition we have. It's almost like we have this sage wisdom whispering in our ear. We don't know where that wisdom actually comes from, but wow, it's good. Okay, this is a time for, if you're a writer, right? Start writing something very inspiring or to you, okay? Because that wisdom is going to come out. It's going to flow. So allow that wisdom to flow out of you. Get learning, get doing, get teaching, get talking. Okay, time to take action. It's not time to plan. It's time to just show up and be present and do what you have to do in the moment. Okay, let's go love and relationships. We have the Five of Pentacles. You may have been going through something hard. Maybe it's internally, maybe it's within a relationship. This could be a spouse. This could be a best friend. This could be a child, a parent, a dear friend at work. But in some way, it's been bumpy. It's been hard to maneuver. And in some respects, you may even want to just throw in the towel on the relationship. This happens a lot when you have a family member that might be having an addiction problem, or they're going through something and they take it out on the rest of the world, or and you've tried your best to friend them, to help them, to love them in every way possible, to help them grow, and we feel like throwing in the towel. Well, the door of abundance is right behind us. We're actually sitting on the threshold of it. So when it comes to relationships, I wouldn't give up hope yet. There might be that silver lining. There might be that opportunity to step forward in that relationship and actually make a difference. Stand strong and stand in your truth, okay? And just allow whatever to happen happens. Whatever is supposed to happen. Don't try and hold it back, but don't give up on it either. We have the Lovers. Then this is growing other relationships deeper and stronger. I mean, look at this passion. Look at this desire to be one. Now, a lot of people say the Two of Cups. This is the higher vibration of the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, the people are dressed completely different in every single deck I've ever seen. They are so opposites. And here, look at how close we look alike. We've united into one heart, two souls into one heart. And this is when the magic begins. This is when we can take it to the next level. We can take it to a deeper level. We can grow it in some way. I'm thinking that's Amazon at the door. Okay, we have the Moon. Okay, once again, it's about being true to yourself. Okay, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationship, it's about the truth. It's about your truth. And not compromising your beliefs or your morals or what makes you happy and joyful in order to make their life better. This is about maintaining a balance. So I would have to say there needs to be some alone time with yourself as well, and get to know yourself a little bit better. To sit there and think it through. You deserve love. You are lovable. Yeah. Don't sell yourself short here, okay? Know that you are a beautiful present that you are offering. You are gifting another. When you decide to be their friend, when you decide to marry them, when you decide to say, you are one of my best friends, you know that? Or I love you. You deserve love, okay? So know that going into any relationship. If you're dating right now, I would almost say pull it back a little bit and give more attention to yourself, okay? Have a spa day, okay? Yeah, things like that. Spa days, bubble baths, get out and walk in nature. Maybe you have something that you love to do. Maybe you love grabbing a hammer and some nails and some wood and just going to town and building sheds or benches or tables or whatever, kitchen cabinets, whatever you build, and just getting lost in it because it's something that you truly love to do. I think you have to give you almost reward yourself this week on a daily basis, allowing time to grow your own self-love in some way, in some form. Doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It just be something small to remind yourself that you are worth it, that you are enough. Okay, so let's see about personal growth for the week. We have the Two of Swords. There is some decisions to be made here. Those decisions lay within. Okay, you cannot find them in the exterior world. Okay, we're blindfolded here. And the waters are turbulent, so there's probably a lot of emotion to this. And that could have something to do with the Eight of Cups and walking away from something that we truly don't want to walk away from in some ways, but we need to in other ways. We have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is, exercising a healthy ego. People are there to give you advice, positive criticism, and there's others that just try and pull you down. They're negative. They point out all the reasons you shouldn't, you couldn't, you mustn't, you please don't. And you really have to separate. You can't allow yourself to get into a corner and say, although I can't see many Aquarians doing this, and saying I'm right, and then they bring the proof to you and show you where you were wrong, and you're like, no, I'm right. I don't know where you got that from, but that's just hogwash because I'm right. It's knowing when to put down the sword and walk away in friendship and harmony. Temperance, having more by having less. Okay, it could be where you are seeing clutter in your life and making a plan to remove that clutter. It could be clutter in the mind as well. It could just be you're juggling too many things right now, trying to bring in joy and happiness, and it's more of a just breathe, just be in the moment. Experience the moment and then experience the next, and then experience the next after that. Four of Swords, rest, recuperation. If you're tired, lay down. This is a time to hang up the armor. It's time to take off the armor, hang up the weapons. It's knowing that when we walk through the door, that sunlight that's coming through the window is going to greet us. It's going to bring in the vitality, the energy that we need in order to succeed on our path forward. So yeah, I'm taking a little bit of time out. I got that in love and relationships. I got that again for your personal growth. Okay, so you are going to grow by just sitting there and having a conversation seemingly with yourself. We have raise your standards. Once again, I got that in love. Here we are in personal growth. Raising your standards, knowing that you are worth it, knowing that you are deserving, not settling for something less than you are entitled to, that you want to bring in, that you want to embrace, that you have a passion for. Vacation, take time for relaxation and adventure. So you could actually go on a little trip. Maybe it's an overnight kind of thing. Maybe it's a day trip. Who knows? But through that adventure, there's actually a little bit of relaxation that comes in there, but I think also a little bit of a learning experience. Some kind of knowledge kind of comes in there too, is what I got when I picked up the card. Dreams, believing your dreams. Don't let anybody tear them down. Once again, we're going to exercise that healthy ego. So it's tapping into your dreams, paying attention to your dreams, waking and sleeping. You might even want to keep a piece of paper and a pen beside your nightstand or on your nightstand, so that when you wake up you start writing, because we all know how quickly a dream can fade from not being able to ever recall it again, it seems. And then we have face your fears, release your power of fear. So where you are worried, where there's anxiety, very much, I got that, oh my gosh, what card was it? The Eight of Cups. Okay, the Eight of Cups. When we face our fears of what we'll be leaving behind in order to go forward, or what we potentially might walk into because it's kind of unknown. Although I kind of get a sense that anything you walk into, it's almost a predetermined. It's you've been working towards these steps. I don't see any surprises and any like where did that come from kind of energy at all. Unless you keep that cloak on type, unless you do not let your inner child out, unless you don't take time for yourself in quiet contemplation. Okay, face your fears, release the power of fear, and until we meet again, remember, I do love you.